Good evening. Welcome to a session of the Gooner Booth. Match reaction. Port Vale 0, Arsenal 2. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of a bore fest. I think I was more interested in the toys my kids were playing with on the floor in front of me while the game was on, other than bloody watching the game. But I don't think that's all Arsenal. I think that's more Port Vale, the way they set up. I think it was. I don't think they had every intention of going to win or try and win the game at home in this cup tie. I think it was more of a, that would be said off air, Wayne. I think it was more, let's not get embarrassed here. But yeah, anyway, good evening, Wayne.
Yeah, good evening, mate. Yeah, I'm just recovering from that. I might have been watching the paint dry on me ceiling more than the game, but we'll go from there. It's just one of them games that you can go either way. They open up and play football. We absolutely batter them, and what they did was sit back once that goal went in. I mean, the game was over once Eze scored. As I said off air, and I'll obviously repeat myself, mate.
Good goal though. Really clever,
Great goal,
clever.
great finish.
No.
It's one of them. Is with Eze, he's obviously with his celebrations, or obviously he got his routine one out. They used to do with Palace. I think there's bigger games and bigger fish to fry for him. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great finish, great little place finish, matey. But yeah, after that, I just thought myself, all right, well, let's see what's happening here, and it was an absolute ball fest.
Yeah.
And as I say, our chat was much more lively than the game itself. But yeah, look, the thing is, you got to look at these kind of games. They can go, as I say, like they can go one way or the other way. They can go, they open up, and they didn't, and you score 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it might be. That manager Darren Moore, I remember him from. I think it's Darren Moore. Apologies if it's not his first name, but I know the player. I know the ex-player. I know the manager as well. I was quite well aware he was into management now. I think he's one of them that wants to get respected in terms of not getting absolutely battered. He started the game with 5 at the back, and they were just sitting in front, and there's Arsenal going right, left,
It's
and you're just thinking to yourself, surely I could see someone be doing some painting, and that'd be interesting. So it's just one of them. At the end of the day, they shut up shop, and we were not expressive enough in terms of wanting to break them down. When you got Moreno playing up top, and again we keep saying Martinelli should be given a go. There was, I'm struggling to kind of think of a man in the match other than the fact I might give it to Eze for a classy finish in that one tone. But look, it's a League Cup game. You're playing the League One opposition. They, as I said in the preview, they have nothing to lose, and that game played out like a team that
yeah.
were, let's not get battered. And that's what they did. And, I think 2-0 is one of them. It makes it look like it was a semi-decent game, but it really wasn't. But we were just, let's not concede. And they were like, yeah, we don't want to concede either. And it was just one of them. And,
Yeah.
you know,
I didn't understand it, to be fair. Like I didn't understand their kit. Like you look like they're just wearing white t-shirts. I don't know if you spotted that. I mean,
yeah,
whoever
no.
designed that kit, fucking hell,
Yeah,
need
I think it's
need
what they
to
ain't.
sack them.
I'm pretty sure they ain't got a sponsor, Tone. It was for
Yeah,
them, it's a struggle. But yeah, no, you're right. It was as bland as you can get, as well as the match itself. Yeah, it was.
yeah. No,
You know,
I think I was quite surprised. Port Vale didn't go for it, right? Because them sort of games
Hmm.
is like, look, it's a cup competition. Let's just go for it. If we get bad, we get bad. But
Yeah,
give them something to think about. But just they just sat in and it was, yeah. I think their supporters were a little bit like, oh, this is because they were trying to G their side up, and I think there was one part where they had a long throw.
hmm.
They put a little bit of pressure on us. They got a little bit scruffy in the start of the
Yeah.
second half. They had a
Second
long
half, yeah.
throw, and the guy's lining up like he's Rory Delap, and then just launches it in. I don't know if you remember that. He loops
Yeah.
it up in the air, and it was like a damp squid. It was just,
You,
yeah, like,
I don't want to be stepping all over your thought process, Tone. But what
go
I
on.
would what I would try to swing to say back to you as well is, as a fan of Port Vale, for argument's sake, you got a Premier League team. You know the size of Arsenal Football Club. They would know anyway. You think to yourself, you imagine going there, and let's be fair, outside now it's getting a little bit chilly. You know what I mean? And I've got the portable heater out. It's chilly. These guys have given up their evening, and you'd want to see your turn, even if you get turned over. But I'd love to
Go
have
for
seen
it.
them be a bit
Yeah.
more expressive in that sense. If I was the fan of Port Vale, I get that it's a big Premier League time that we are. Like obviously for us as Arsenal fans, you're kind of like, all right, nice easy game, but it was boring. But they made it boring, and fair play to them for holding us out, Tone. But you kind of think to yourself, as fans, you're going there, you're in a cup game, you've got nothing to lose, and your manager is setting you up to not get battered. And I understand the approach, but I think to myself, if you was gung ho, you say for argument's sake, we score 3 or 4 goals, but then they're going gung ho, and Port Vale get a goal back. You and your fans and young fans, our team scored against Arsenal in the League Cup. Do you know what I mean, Tone? It just seemed like with Arteta, we know it's all control. It just didn't seem that I would to put. I'm not saying as a football fan you'd go out to go see your team. Of course you would. It doesn't matter. But I just think myself, a little bit more expression from the manager, their manager, might have okay. It might have opened things up. But I just think these you give up you're at Wednesday evening. A lot of majority of people have got work in the morning, you know, and they've come out and you're like, just give us something, you know what I mean? Other than their tricky winger in the first couple of minutes, where I think Saliba ended up drifting out and up chasing him down. I thought we might have a go here, and then we
Yeah.
just was control. What
He
did you see
drifted
him? Do you
out,
know the
didn't
one
he?
I'm talking about? Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was
drifted out
rapid.
very quickly. Yeah, but
He was rapid, and it
yeah,
just petered out. And I'm like, I'm not saying they should go out to get battered, Tone. I'm saying as a fan of the football club, going out to a Wednesday night cold evening at your home ground, playing a Premier League team, you'd think obviously I hope the manager would just go out, and even if you get battered, you get a goal back. But look, it's one of them, Tone. Boring game for us. We can control any team anyway.
yeah,
It's obviously a League One team is obviously going to be sort of like easy fodder for you. But I would have
yeah.
just thought to myself, as Darren Moore, just if you're looking at it
Go
from
for
a
it.
neutral, go for it.
The free hit.
Open up. Yeah, it's a free hit. You are expected to get battered, right? And them fans are going out, and I know I'm saying they're going out to watch their team, but I would, surely you'd go, we're going to get battered here, but you know what? I'm going out. Let's go at them. Let's give Arsenal a little bit of a test here. Let's make them see that they're in a game. And it was like, they sat back constantly, and it was just us. It was an exhibition time of we practicing how to take. Why did that? As much as Saka was put on that team to get fitness, was there any point of him even being on the pitch?
I, that's one thing I wanted to mention to you.
I get the fitness time, but was there any
Yeah.
point? That's my
No,
question to you.
I thought the starting 11 was very strange tonight. I thought
Mm,
the setup was really weird. The
mm.
fact that he started as it was interesting. He started him in Rice's role in the number 8
Yeah,
role.
it's a very strange one.
Um,
Like I said on the thing, Tone, I think if you'd agree with me, 4-1-3. I think it's like a 4-1, four
yeah,
one,
I've,
4-1 sort of thing. Like
it'd
there
be
was.
interesting to see at Newcastle if he does put Rice in that 4 role
Mm,
and or the 6 role, sorry, and then put Eze back in that role, and then Saka goes on the right, if Odegaard's fit, and then you've got Martinelli on the left, Gyökeres.
yeah.
That's interesting. If that
Mm,
is, he won't go for it because for some reason, again, I'm happy that Mourinho started because I'm hoping that means that he doesn't start on Sunday.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hoping,
No, I agree, mate. I agree.
but yeah, it was a strange one. And then when Saka went down injured, I was like, oh, for God's sake, you're literally going to get absolutely wiped if
Mm,
Saka picks up an injury in this game. But he seemed okay, which was good. He got a good hour, good run
mm,
out.
yeah.
Max Down, come on, that kid is unreal. He give a little bit of spark in the game. Um, but yeah, other than that, I'm literally trying to keep my eyes open. You
Um,
know?
I, I'm just so honestly. You know what, as well, though, Tone. I said it in the preview, and I was excited about this game, and I've just had it's just been an absolute damp squib. But I
Yeah,
think if you look at it as well in a different context, I think obviously with Darren Moore, he's gone there,
yeah,
and He's avoided his
Oh,
team getting battered.
sorry,
But
I'm going to interrupt you, Wayne.
go on,
The
son. Who have we got?
draws come out. We've got Brighton at home.
Could have been worse. Could have been worse, but that's all right. That's all right. We got them at home.
Brighton at home. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
For the fourth round, that's a bit fucking unlucky, really, considering you've still got was it, to be fair, there's a lot of Prem. You got Brentford, Brighton, Cardiff, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Grimsby, Liverpool,
That would have been
Swansea,
nice.
Wolves, Wrexham, Wickham,
Grimsby was
Manchester
from.
City.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would have been nice.
Grimsby versus Brentford, the next one up. I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
I think Grimsby have done themselves some little cup run here. They
Yeah.
knocked out obviously Man United.
Yeah.
And now they've who did they beat tonight? I can't remember who they I haven't seen the fixtures. I've been too busy trying not to fall asleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, they done all right again tonight. Grimsby, they picked up a good result.
Who did they beat?
Oh, hang on, mate. So you got Swansea versus Manchester City.
Oh, is that Swansea at home? Yeah.
Swansea at home, yeah. So, sorry, just to answer your question, they played yesterday, didn't they?
Put a new bit on there. No, I mean, if they're through, they're through. But yeah, I mean, fair play to them. For obviously, they scalped Man United. And
That's what I know now. Who do they play? Wrexham, Wolverhampton, Wickham.
Yeah. Don't worry about Bones. As I say, if they're through, mate, I mean, it's one of them. The fact of the matter is that they're through. They've obviously beaten a Premier League side. I mean, it's for them. They're in dreamland at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, no, they're doing all right. So Newcastle versus Tottenham. Newcastle at home. That's a tasty little tie there.
Yeah.
And then Wrexham are against Cardiff, an all Welsh tie.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus, yeah.
Brighton are a bogey team for us at home, aren't they?
No, that's I'd rather. What would have been really interesting for me, because I followed Wrexham, and there's a little thing
Liverpool versus Crystal Palace.
Yeah, that's not well. It's not obviously an easy one for them. I mean, it's the same, isn't it? It's the same obviously as us. I think Brighton are a team we need to start beating, Tone, and it's one of them. You're at home anyway, but yeah, we'll end up having to put the strong team out, mate. But you'd rather.
Wolves versus Chelsea. Sorry, I'm interrupting you. I'm just shouting them out.
No, that's fine. I'm just waffling while the results coming in. Yeah.
I fancy Wolves to get relegated this season. I watched them on
I
that
think
day
they're
the other week. Yeah. What a load of shit they are. They literally.
I think they'll go down. I think they'll go down with West Ham, mate.
Leeds, I literally run through them. They had no defense, and their managers have signed a new contract as well, which is interesting.
What, the Wolves manager?
Yeah, before that game, which is nuts. Wickham versus Fulham. I mean, that could be an awkward one for Fulham. They're away from home.
Yeah. Would have been nice to get Wickham at the Emirates, mate, in fairness, or Wrexham, give Wrexham a bloody day out at the,
Yeah.
And we get Brighton. But yeah, it's...
That's one thing that I do want to say for tonight's, the game. Our supporters were brilliant. I don't know if it's because they were pissed out of their heads because they were so bored that they were standing points.
I hope they had some decent beer at half time for them. But yeah, they were singing.
They were singing.
All game.
You could hear them making noise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they must. That's a long old drive, isn't it, Port Vale from London? So fair play to them. They've gone there and they've sung. They've made themselves known.
To be fair, so we are sort of like our away fans. I mean, they need massive praise. They're always in good voice, no matter where they go. It's bloody brilliant, So yeah, fair play to those fans that travelled, mate. They're different level, But yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one as well to go to have a game like that when you've travelled.
Yeah.
The main thing is to see your team win, Tone. But you fair play to them for that. You got a long travel. Some people have to work. If some people book the day off, fair play to them. But you imagine that trip home, Tone. What time are they going to get home? Early hours in the morning.
No, fair play to them. Fair play to them. And they create a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Just to recap the fourth round draw of the League Cup. So it's Arsenal versus Brighton at the Emirates. So home tie against Brighton. Grimsby versus Brentford. that's a tasty little counter there. Another Premier League team.
Yeah.
Swansea versus Manchester City. Newcastle versus Tottenham. Wrexham versus Cardiff. Liverpool Crystal Palace. Wolves versus Chelsea. And Wickham versus Fulham. So it's good little fixtures there. There's no yeah, there's a few tasty ties there. I think Grimsby versus Brentford could be one to watch. They'll be up for that. They'll be up for that game. So, yeah, I mean, back to the game tonight. We're through to the next round. The one thing that I did spot, right, and we'll have this chat, then we'll wrap it up for the evening and let everyone go to bed, because everyone else is probably sleepy after watching that. I think that we need to adapt our playing style, because there was moments in that game where if Port Vale are using that blueprint where like 2 banks of 4, I mean, we'll actually stuck 5 at the back, just sit in. They're not going to play through us. They'll play around us and then play around us and play. And I noticed it was a trend, right? When teams do that to us, we move the ball so bloody slow, and we go down the wings, cross it, heads out, come back, go back again, go back round, and I was like, cross it in again, gets heads out. And it's because they sit so deep, it's hard to break them down. I get it, I do get it, right? But is it going to be interesting? And we'll build up to the preview at St James's, right? But I can see Eddie Howe doing exactly the same to us, just sitting in, right? He's 2 banks of 4, come break us down. You can have the ball, right? Because even Guardiola's done it, right? And I think that's now set a blueprint this season of how to play Arsenal. Just sit in 2 banks of 4, will get you on the counter attack, because you're going to commit. We're going to commit players forward to. So it's a hard one, really. But there was moments in that game. I'm not taking credit for this. Our mate in the chat sort of said, "Have you noticed that? They, when we pump the ball long, both our goals from pumping the ball long. So in the second half, I think the ball was pumped long. Gyökeres ball it down. Trossard then played it in. He had a great little touch, and then a finish. So I think he's got to try and change it up a little bit. Maybe I go as far as saying, would changing our formation do anything? Because I think you got to give the opposition something to think about, because they just know. Let Arsenal have the ball. They'll play their little shoehorn that we keep talking about. They'll invert their left back into midfield. They'll be ticky-tacky, pass to you, pass to me, over to Saka. Oh, is there nothing going forward? All right, go back. It's just going to be. He's got to think of something different, because we're just getting sus now. I don't see any team, even Liverpool to an extent, when they come to the Emirates, they're just going to sit in, because they know that they've got quality enough to hit us on the break. So I know I'm boring you there, dude. Go to bed.
No, mate, it's a late night. You crack on. Keep going, Sam. Keep going.
It's that game, mate. It's added to your sleepiness.
Mate, honest to God. Honest to God.
Go and get a Carabao energy drink. There you go. Sponsored by Carabao Cup.
No, don't mind me, Tony. Keep that train of thought, mate. Go
on. Just a random thing. On the Carabao Cup, I've never seen a Carabao energy drink in any of the shops that I've been to. Where the fuck can you get one of these drinks?
Well, it used to. I mean, when it used to be called Coca-Cola Cup, you thought, "Here we go." You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And now we're playing for it's Carabao. Where?
It must be American or something. I've never seen it in a.
I've never seen one to look at it to go, "Here we go." You know what I mean?
I've never. I mean, if someone in the chat wants to tell us where you can buy a Carabao energy drink, let me know, because I'd be happy to try one.
Please leave it in the comments, guys, because me and Tony are desperate to know where we can get one of these. All right, let us know.
I mean, they must be making money somewhere, because they're sponsoring a fucking cup. It's nuts.
It's crazy.
Look, I think one thing that did prove something to me, and we should keep it that way, is Trossard is an impact player, and I think he should stay that way.
Great finish, whether it was offside or not. But
good finish, right? He's good finish, and I think the impact off the bench is a lot stronger from him. I don't think he starts at St James's for me. We'll get into that. Hopefully that's not a bore fest. I don't think it will be. Us against Newcastle away is really always one of them tasty games where we're getting there's tackles going in. Just hoping pray no more injuries. But yeah, cool. Any closing thoughts, Wayne? I think that's just. I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah, I'm not going to waffle. I'm not going to waffle. Not
no
going to waffle
waffling
too
tonight.
long.
I don't think we've got any waffle to talk about.
No,
Really,
there's nothing really to waffle about. We've beat a League One side. You know, we've scored two great finishes. You know, and yeah, mate, it's on to the next one. Obviously, there's bigger fish to fry. It was just, you know, it would have been nice. In all due respect to Port Vale, for us to kind of play a little bit more expressive football, but they didn't allow that. That's obviously credit to them. They didn't want to. They didn't want to come out and do that. The manager
yeah,
wanted to, you know, at the end of the day, he wanted to stop it being a cricket score, and you understand that. So yeah, you
yeah.
move on, Tone. We're into the next round, bigger game with Brighton. I think that's going to be a tougher one, and it's one
That
of
will
them
be.
that
That will be.
you hope that he's, you know, a bit more players are back that he can give them a go, because again, I get, you know, I personally think that we should go for everything, but I think this is one of those competitions, like I said last night on the match preview, to go for and win, Tone,
Oh no, we
to
need to be.
try
Yeah,
to
we
win.
need to be challenging for this
We need
trophy.
to this.
You know?
I just think it's a stepping stone, in all due respect to it. But look at, you know,
I always,
Liverpool won it. Liverpool then won the Premier League. You know, let's treat it with respect.
I
But
always
Brighton's
get,
going to be difficult.
I always get embarrassed, right? Joe, when you're watching something on Sky Sports, and
Mm.
they go, "Oh, the last time Arsenal win it," and then Joe, when they show you a replay and the screen's pushed in because it's so fucking old,
Yeah,
right? To me, that's embarrassing. We're a big club,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
We need to get that trophy in the cabinet, right? Um, as I said before, I don't want it to be the only trophy though, because I don't think that saves him. But that's another
yeah,
conversation for another stream again. But
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fair enough.
I think that yeah, he should be going in 100%. But we got to look at our tactics. We're too
Mm.
predictable.
I
Yeah,
just thought
on
it
to the
was
next.
one of them. You know, I thought it's going to be one of them games, Tone, where, as much as it's in due respect to a League One opposition, and I really don't mean any disrespect to Port Vale, but you thought, let's see what, you know, if you can try to get the attack kind of going. That was a perfect opportunity where you had you had a bank of five, bank of four,
Yeah,
break us down, score a goal. We got through the first goal. Great finish again, as I said. We don't want to keep repeating ourselves. But yeah, I think this was I thought personally it could have been an opportunity for him to try to tweak some stuff in the attacking sense.
yeah.
But yeah,
I think.
one last thought, Tone, and please keep
Go
that
on,
thought.
I've
Sorry,
got a
mate.
closing. I've got to close it with Jamie
Yeah,
Redknapp.
go for it. You
Sky
close it
Sports.
out, son.
Go
I
on.
think as well, Pete. Someone said online, and I agree with it. As much as we want to be in, you know, in terms of Erdegaard, I think he's fundamental sometimes in the way we play, and we need him fit, because I think we might see a bit of a
I think we've
difference.
missed him. Yeah.
I think we miss what he can bring, and people don't see it all the time. So that's the last thing from me. Let's hope. I think the attack will start to improve once we get a fully fit Erdegaard, in my opinion.
Yeah.
As well, man.
Cool. I'll give everyone something to think about. So Jamie Redknapp's put on. Obviously, he's been talking on Sky Sports. He's put Arsenal need to get momentum going. Couldn't agree more with that.
Mm.
5 points behind Liverpool. Arteta has been given exactly what he wants in the market. He does. He's done a good job, and he needs to win something. The pressure is on. That squad is ready to win. You can't keep throwing money at it. One trophy since 2020 isn't enough.
Mm.
Joe, what? I've got no arguments with what he's just said.
Mm.
And I don't think many other supporters will. So I'll leave that note and I'll leave on to ponder on that until the next stream. Please like and subscribe. Apologies, the energy level's been low on this video. We have been bored out of our skulls this evening.
Yeah.
But we're through to the next round and we go on to the next one. We're out of here. Have a lovely evening. Take care, guys.
Cheers, guys. Take care.